The first thing we noticed was the silence. Here was a room full of babies and just not a sound.
The year was 1990, and our team had just arrived in Romania a few years after the fall of communism.
They discovered children in attics, in cribs, silent.
Full of mostly not babies, but toddlers and preschoolers who still could not walk because they had never been outside their crib.
As time went on, a lot of scientific researchers made their way to Romania.
Scientists, for the first time, were really able to see inside the brain.
They wanted to study the effects of being brought up in an institution had.
The sad facts are Romania became one of the best places to do some of this research. The even sadder fact is that 30 years after the fall of communism, Romanians still have almost no access to the results of this research.
These were the kids who taught us so much, and they didn't benefit from this research.
We now know that the effects of trauma are devastating in almost every area of life, that without intervention, these effects do not automatically resolve as one grows into adulthood. On the other hand, we also know that the brain can change.
And the nervous system can heal. So our programming starts in the body.
Science has shown us that trauma does not primarily live in your memories or in the conscious part of your mind. Trauma, especially when it happens in early childhood, is primarily something that lives in your biology and in your body.
The brain and the nervous system are organs of the body, and they need to regulate. And so we combine yoga and mindfulness and rhythmic activities, attunement, to help our young people actually feel their bodies, sometimes for the first time, to connect and feel like a whole person. I'd like to share a story of Desi. He was a young man who grew up in several different orphanages. We adore Desi, but when we first met him, it could be really difficult to hold a conversation. His thoughts were jumbled, and that kind of came out as he spoke. His sentences often didn't make any sense. And now for the past several years, he's been coming faithfully to our programming. Loves yoga. It's one of his favorite things to do. He shared an amazing story with us about how his boss had noticed how he was paying attention more, and he was able to complete tasks and focus on what he was doing. And he said, I feel more connected to myself than I've ever felt in my entire life since I've been doing this with you guys.
So we've committed ourselves to changing the outcome for trauma survivors in Romania, to bringing back to Romania the very best research-based models for healing.
And now we want to spread it. We've jumped headfirst into curriculum writing. We're excited to be able to offer our trainees this curriculum in written and digital format. Without your support, we could not travel around Romania and provide training to others who can exponentially share and spread this healing. We thank you for all your support, and we hope that you can be generous today. We want to get back there as soon as we can. And when we do, we've got people waiting for our training.
Join us to help healing happen.